Philippines. Now to see if they can pull it off as we head into game number 3.
Let's get it. Let's take a look at it here early on. VRSO and Friends actually takes it a bit slow coming into the lane here. We'll just wait for Kojic to go for the rotations. And it is straight into the purple buff of Justinian. You can see the big difference in clear speed here. Onic Philippines, King Kong on the Lancelot versus Justinian on the Akai. King Kong's already on the orange buff, about to take it. Super Friends with a good amount of poke. Has to flicker out away from the AFK's knock-up here. VRSO still on it. Has to revitalize. Will be able to pop it in, but King Kong's going to go for it. Jumps in with a puncture over NFK. Thorn Rose taking him really low with the killing spree active. They still don't go for it. They'll take the safe route, but they forced AFK back.
They did get like the revitalize and flicker on the side of Onic Philippines, so not too bad for VRSO time. And even Kara was kind of brought in to join the fight earlier on, but King Kong is going to show up top, taking that, not the bull crab, but the lizard. And it is broken wall, so for hero like Lancelot, even more ways to kind of go around.
Kelra's doing a good job though in lane against the Harith, or against the Beatrix rather. This should have been a non-matchup, by the way. Or actually, I would actually give it a bit towards the Beatrix. I don't know how the lane has been played earlier, but this is going to be an amazing chain CC over on Kojic. Forcing him low, but AFK is right there to go give sustain back to the team. Castle with the rotation early. You've seen it as well, but the dive up top is brewing. They're going to go straight for it. Phantom Execution into the puncture. And it's the first kill up top. It will be a trade in the mid lane as First Blood gets picked up by Onic Philippines. So there is something that they get back. And it's on... Oh, it's actually a turtle on top of that. King Kong gets a good trade though. Purple buff take.
King Kong not able to steal the purple buff away. I guess the silver lining is that the kill on Kirk actually went over to AFK. So full injection going on to the Roma is definitely the worst case scenario for VRSO time. But still, getting the turtle, Castle, see if he can absorb this.
Okay, it's gonna be the all-in. There's not much Castle can really do here. We've seen him do a lot of crazy stuff, but yeah, in a 4v1 like that, I don't know. It's gonna be really tough. Kelra still has Purify here. We'll be able to pop in some on-force. Gets away too. Kojic doing a lot of damage. And Kelra's able to get away. Good read by Kelra. Not even utilizing the Purifies. VRSO rotates over. Gets a ton over on Justinian. Keeps the turret still quite healthy here. Only half of the turret goal taken.
I honestly thought that AFK would be able to force out the Purify from Kelra, but it sort of missed the landing, and that opens up the orange buff steal for King Kong. And Justinian is spending a lot of time just trying to get these ganks off. Thankfully, King Kong doesn't get buff fast enough. Justinian will be able to retrieve it. Still, puts himself behind in terms of experience compared to King Kong. With the next turtle spawning on the top side of the map, you can expect VRSO time to get a bit more active.
Okay. How active can they be? That's the big question now. Because technically, for Onic Philippines, they should still have tempo around the map, and they should actually have those traps set in the way where VRSO time's rotation is going to be limited. Again, Kelra's playing aggressive, knowing he has Purify, so even if AFK jumps there, there's really no threat of him losing his life. 20 seconds for the neutral objective. AFK decides against going in like that. Doesn't want to have the Tsunami Slam on cooldown for this turtle, and Kirk is making a really good read. Knows that something's up. Justinian's not on the map, so he backs away. Prio for VRSO time, though. They will have the tempo control here as they make their way onto turtle number 2.
And Koji gets killed off. Arrow into the front. That's the thing about this strat, right? That the setup and the follow-up is so easy to pull off from Onic Philippines. All you need is one good crowd control and the follow-up will be there.
AOG coming down as well. That's going to be Kelra and King Kong able to play. Phantom Execution and the Thorn Rose with the Red Tree. Justinian still able to find it there. Pops in a heavy spin. That's going to be Kelra with the Purify now as VRSO's going to be the target. But as a Force comes down, that's Kelra jumping all around the place. Getting the reset still. Castle forced to flick away. And now it's Kojic dodging away from the Petrify with the Brilliance. In that fight, we saw 4 big spells from Onic Philippines. 5 from VRSO time. Friends, gonna go in for the damage. All right, I was about to say, man, 10 battle spells by the end of the fight with Prince jumping in, but he didn't need to flicker out.
All flickers expended from the side of VRSO time, but I gotta say, Justinian, he not only got the turtle, but he also forced Kelra away from the fight, including his Purify with the heavy spin. So there are some minor wins for VRSO time, but without those key flickers, Onic Philippines are gonna be losing it. Looking at some opportunities to get some juicy pickoffs. It could mean that there's no Purify to get rid of these arrow stuns too, so VRSO time has to be very, very aware of where these These wow abyssal arrows might.
It's gonna be difficult to read that, man. I remember during SPS, we were it was the new patches dropped and it was a buff to Selena. Every one of us said, "All right, Prince, this is a buff to Prince." And then you showed how good he could be on the Selena, turning the game around. King Kong gonna be stunned up here. Oh no! It was barely out of range. It could be an outplay. King Kong with the Thorn Rose gets the killing spree active against 2. He survives, and Onic Philippines collapse up top. It's another outplay coming down now. Is March able to pick up the kill, but Kelra is jumping all over the place. Now it's the follow-up from Kirk, and Kajik, despite jumping in with the chaos, has to respect the damage output from Onic Philippines.
That is unlucky for Castle, man. Managed to get out of range. We had that figure up. That's gonna be a King Kong kill. Although Marsh was able to kill up Brusco, the few that came in, Kirk Petrify actually missing Kaji just by a fraction of an inch. No problem.
It's free. Not much they can do about it here. Now the question is, does VRSO Time have it in them to actually handle the tempo now that it's not in their favor? That's an all-in over to Brusco. Not really the best. Now Frizz in the back gets the trap. VRSO's March. Oh, gets the healing from AFK. Barely surviving. But again, the tempo means that Frizz will be able to go for those crazy angles on the Abyssal Arrow. And Beatrix not having Purify, or not being able to go for Purify rather, is going to make it very, very juicy of a target for Frizz to go for. Again, another trap for poke on AFK.
And these free arrows is starting to become a problem for VRSO Time. If it hits onto the front line, sure, but if it hits onto like Beatrix or Kajik, they are both made of paper. And then rotation to the top lanes, Frizz spots that out, and I don't think Castle can really do much here. Full commit on him.
Alright, now Castle so low.
Wow.
Synchro Fission. Just the last pixel of that landing, and it's enough to take him down under turret too.
So easy to land these follow-ups again from Onic Philippines, and he doesn't necessarily have to cover Selena. Re-gang the top lane. Brusco not able to get much done, but Kirk tries to follow up the arrow. Ooh, dodged by AFK, so at least VRSO Time gets to catch a break.
Yeah, they get something finally, a bit more breathing room, but it's getting really tough to breathe for VRSO Time. Onic Philippines, they're controlling the map so well. So at least we expected the domination, right? We did say that this game is going to come down to the first hurdle, and whoever gets that, the domination will start. Super Prince has been super active around the map, and with a 3,000 gold lead, it's not really the lead that I was expecting, though. I expected the dominant, gameplay, but with this, I think with Onic Philippines being the way ahead, the way they are right now, I think it was because turtle number 2 was taken by VRSO Time, just barely stolen by Justinian, that the lead hasn't gone out of control just yet.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that also VRSO Time's way of making up for the fact that no one has Purify is having everyone on tough boots, extra magic resistance, and crowd control. Duration reduction is the best that they can afford, but it's a band-aid solution to what Onic PH poses as a threat. AFK all misses the combo.
Oh no, Tsunami Slam, but it's only onto the guy to catch up. Brusco's gonna take that damage. The Phantom Execution lands on the Abyssal Arrow as well. The AOG to follow it up is a bit late. Nibiru's Passion coming down. Brusco gonna be taken out. Kelra there. King Kong walking. Another arrow from Frizz. He lands it from all the way behind him. How can you react to that when you don't even know where it's coming from? Another arrow from Frizz. Kelra with a walk up now. A turret in the mid lane. Definitely gonna be taken by Kelra as another arrow lands on Justinian, and Kelra's going at him now, jumping to the Synchro Fission. Justinian's low! Kelra, another arrow stops AFK in his tracks. Frizz just can't stop landing these arrows.
It's all smiles on the face of King Kong, being able to play the game, but also Selena in a snowball situation just feels impossible to deal with. The fact that Frizz snuck all the way to the back past the tier 2 just to land just some wacky angle arrows is just the icing on the cake. And now Lord for Onic Philippines. VRSO Time, I think that time is definitely running out. It doesn't make it any better that AFK completely botched his combo Not really sure if he wanted to engage with the Tidal Strike flicker, ends up airballing it, and in the end, causing him to go down. This one was very costly because he hesitated, only ended up getting Brusco, and that full combo meant nothing from the side of VRSO time. Brusco just ate everything.
Prince is just too good on the Selena, dude. We've been saying it countless amounts of times. How good he could be. Another arrow lands now with the trap as well over on AFK. Lord charging up top, and Onic Philippines are just, this is their comfort zone. Now this is the lead that we were expecting from Onic Philippines with the Selena on board. It's getting out of control now for VRSO time. They do have good clear, so there's that going for them. But when the arrows just keep landing, it's going to be tough if you're just turtling inside of your base. There's only so much room for you to dodge those arrows for. Kara gets hit by the stun here, but there's no real threat. Kara with a jump in again, pops in some on force, goes in onto Castle, dodges away from the Bennett. The arrow forces Castle to dodge away from it, and they'll crack open just one holy shield with this push.
The absence of Purify is starting to become a nightmare for VRSO time. And you're right, like in this base, there's only so much room to move around. And the area is going to force you to either give up a structure or take damage. Here they come.
All right, man. It's going to be the all-in here. Good heavy spin. Lock Kirk down. Also, it's going to be the Purify out from Kelra into the AOG, locking him down. Kelra still jumping around with his on force now. Finally, runs out of time as Prince goes in with an off-angle pick. And that's it. That's going to be finally a good trade, a winning trade for him. Oh, hold on now. King Cow with the walk-up. Some on force back up. Kelra pops it in, dives in. Never mind. Despite it all, Kelra jumps in again. Will be going for it. Still gets the resets, but finally gets punished as he should. Under base like that, you shouldn't be able to do all that.
Yeah, it took VRSO time, everything plus the help of the turret to even shut down Kelra, and that's a Harry with the Purify. I mean, at the end of it, VRSO time still holds. All the inhibitors are up 5k behind. I think even for March, he was struggling quite a bit to get his item and not finding much space to even land a combo. Even if AFK gets a Tsunami Slam, March just does not feel comfortable enough to unleash a balance rage and point blank range, fearing that Kirk or Brusco is going to instantly jump him and take him out.
What do you do now for VRSO time, right? I mean, they did get something back. There was a lead. AFK goes for the Tsunami Slam into the balance range, but it's into the door. Rose petrified from Kirk, and King Kong can dash all day long. So Rose to dodge away from the stun, and Onic Philippines are just styling on VRSO time in game number 3. AFK is running for the hills now. Prince almost landing that shot over to Justinian to cancel it out. AFK gets hit by 2 turrets here, and he will be able to actually buy a little bit more time, but I think Onic Philippines have every member they need to go for the end here. That's a kill finally in the bottom lane. Staggered timing. Justinian with a heavy spin, delaying the inevitable. March actually going to be spawning in 2 seconds, so they've actually saved the game with that. Justinian taken low, taken down under turret. Kelra's going to be waiting here. And it does look like for Onic Philippines, at least for now, they will have to go back to Lord. They cannot end at the 13-minute mark.
Kelra's going to 1v4 this. Just watch him though. Oh my goodness. It's not even close.
Okay.
Castle almost got soloed by Kelra. And that should be another Lord for Onic Philippines. I mean, at the cost of Justinian's life, they defend, they hold the fort, they save the game. But at the cost of the mid inhibitor. Now the second Lord might translate to the entire base and VRSO time. I think they've missed the window. I mean, even grabbing King Kong just now was so ambitious with that Thorn Rose in hand. It was almost impossible to land a perfect combo to blow him up in that instant. VRSO time had to learn it the hard way.
And now what do? Again, they're forced to play defense, but I don't know about playing defense here. We do have a pause, so we will get... Looks like we're going to be back in the game here, so we'll just find out what the answer is from VRSO time. Whether it's to concede the game here in game number 3, giving the match point over to Onic Philippines, or if they're able to pull things back to a comeback. Justinian taken low. Heavy spin still going to be kept intact. Kirk goes in, but doesn't actually... Oh, doesn't land the Petrify. There in the back, King Kong able to go for the puncture and the Thorn Rose over on March. Good defense from VRSO. An arrow again, catching Castle. Caro with the burst, jumps in again. Konjik gets into the base, into the fountain just in time. Another arrow lands on AFK, but he is able to defend just barely. Now AOG cutting March down. Flicker out from March now as the Thorn Rose lands on AFK. And Justinian is trying his darn best to stay alive. Heavy spin to bring Kirk into the mirror. Nibiru. King Kong with the puncture, jumps in and gets the basic attack onto March. Now it's the Thorn Rose and the puncture all throughout. The arrow doesn't land, but it doesn't even need to. Onic Philippines claim match point.